Ladies and gentlemen, this one will be a short one. Something I would like to talk about, and something I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get hate about, of course, because it might be a little bit heated topic to someone. Let's talk about J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. Uh, she's getting cancelled again for the 10,000 times. So let's see what's going on this time. So J.K. Rowling on her Twitter account or X account posted this. She reposted the post from the City of Edinburgh Council Hall, and it says a flag has been flying above the city chambers today to mark Transgender Day of Remembrance, a day to remember people who have lost their lives in acts of transgender violence. J.K. Rowling reacted with this comment or this title: really looking forward to the day a flag is flown for Scottish victims of femicide. But sure, let's hear the list of trans people who've been murdered in Scotland ever. And obviously, she's getting hate for this because media just hate her. And I mean, to be honest, if I understand it correctly, she's feminist. She's trying to protect the women's rights, and if she's feminist, she's probably for the equality between genders, right? And yeah, like, where is a flag or the Remembrance Day for the rape victims, for example, or for the car crash victims, or for people who just got murdered, right? Why do we need to do something extra just to profile people, right? Like if we all want to be equal, it should be either everyone has a Remembrance Day or no one has a Remembrance Day. Like, that's my opinion, and I don't think at all that what she said it's transphobic. But yeah, it's just about the equality, and that's what we're missing nowadays. Like, we're just profiling people, and someone's deciding that some people are more important than others, and that's definitely not right. Like, it should be everyone on the same level. Like, for me personally, I don't care about LGBTQ as long as it doesn't affect me. Like, my mentality is live and let live. Probably said it wrong, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, if I go on the street, I don't care about who's sleeping with who. The same way, like, no one cares about who I'm sleeping with. No one cares about if I'm married, if I have kids, or whatever, right? It's just for the circle of my friends or my work friends, let's say. And that's only the part about being married and the kids. Like, even the work friends, like, they don't need to know my business. So how did it happen that government and the media are pushing the business of some other people onto us? Like, I'm sorry, I don't care. It doesn't affect me. Like, yeah, I believe in the equal rights and world without hate, but that doesn't mean that someone should get a more spotlight or preferential treatment like this thing. I don't think the comment she made is the reason to cancel her again, but of course, Warner Brothers distance themselves again from her, and yeah, that's cancellation number 10,000. And if you know something about J.K. Rowling, like, she's talking about this a lot, and people call her transphobic. But honestly, I personally think she's only against profiling people. Like, who cares? We're all equal. And there was this huge thing, when is it? 2020. So 4 years ago, J.K. Rowling made this post. People who menstruate, I'm sure there used to be a word for those people. Someone help me out. Wimben, Wimput, Wimut. Opinion: creating a more equal post-COVID-19 world for people who menstruate. And that's just not right. Like, that's women, right? Obviously. Like, there's a term, and out of nowhere calling the biological women by, oh, people who menstruate, that's just wrong. Like, it's degrading. Like, I'm sorry. Again, I believe that her, as a woman, as a feminist, she has a right to speak up. And again, she's not talking against trans people. She's just talking against this profiling. Like, really? Like, women menstruate. Like, you don't need to change the term women. If you want to refer to the trans women, just say trans women. That's it, right? Like, you don't need to say people who menstruate. Like, come on, dude. That's just so weird. And if someone called my wife, like, oh, people who menstruate, I would be so pissed off. And I believe a lot of girls would consider this degrading. Like, what the hell? And, like, if I twist it a little bit around, look at it, like, compare it to something that I can think about. I'm immigrant to Canada, right? I'm not gonna feel offended if someone calls me that I'm immigrant to Canada. Like, I wasn't born here, right? I don't need some special term. Like, it is what it is. Like, Canadian immigrant. And I believe the same way it should be about the women. Women, trans women. You don't need to say people who menstruate. Like, come on. I know it's an old topic, but I still don't believe that J.K. Rowling is transphobic because of this. Let's go through her Twitter a little bit. So here she posts, someone send her a message. You are a stupid and horrible woman. My kids and I enjoy burning your books and roasting marshmallows over your pathetic books. Seriously, dude? The books are great. This is just barbaric. And just try to understand what she's fighting against. She's not fighting against LGBTQ people. She's fighting against profiling. She's fighting against the government just doing this, having the unequal treatment, like trying to make one group of people more important than other. No, everything should be equal. Like, we should live in a world that's as equal as possible. Like, obviously, you can't be 100% equal. I'm a guy, I can't have kids, right? Or I can't give a birth. So I'm not on the same level. I'm not equal to my wife who had a kid, who gave a birth, right? But other than that, we should have equal rights, equal salaries, and all of it. Like, I believe in that. She believes in that. And that's it. Like, it shouldn't be one is more than another. And again, like, I know that some people might disagree with this opinion, but I don't think J.K. Rowling is transphobic. Let's see over here. What do we have? I think I had one more. No. Well, anyway, what she replied to this stupid message is, I get the same royalties whether you read them or burn them. Enjoy your marshmallows. That's so clever. Like, I'm sorry, I had to laugh seeing this. What else we have here? Transgender police officer can strip search women under new guidance issued by the British Transport Police. That's not right. Like, my wife used to work at the airport as a screening officer. And yeah, there are certain rules like that. women or female shouldn't search male and other way around, right? Like it should be the same gender searching the same gender, because some people might feel uncomfortable, and like my wife would feel uncomfortable if there's a guy strip searching her, and I get it. And according to this post from the Telegraph, in the UK, it's gonna be okay if the female gets strip searched by transgender women, and I don't know. It's a tricky situation, right? Because like I don't know if the guys would feel comfortable, and the females probably wouldn't feel comfortable either. So I don't know. It's hard. Of course, you can't discriminate trans people, but maybe don't let them do the strip search, or just ask the passenger if he feels comfortable with it. Yeah, like I don't know. This one is the tricky one. And there's some reply. I don't think. Oh yeah, J.K. Rowling reposted it actually. This is unlawful. We crowdfunded to pay for an advice from KC, who confirmed it was unlawful policy. The police consider themselves above and beyond the law. Dangerous times. So yeah, obviously people don't agree with it. But yeah, like looking at it from not emotional point of view, it's a tricky situation. Like if you don't allow them to do the strip search, might be discrimination, right? So I believe that the easiest choice would be just let the passenger or whoever's getting the strip search decide if they feel comfortable or no, and that's it. But yeah, like I know in Canada it's not allowed for a female to do the strip search on the male, and vice versa, at least in the airport. What else we have here? How UK's highest court is about to decide what a woman is. Okay, that's that's interesting. I thought we pretty much know what it is. And yeah, according to the post from 2020, women are now called people who menstruate. So what do we have? Women's rights are not hateful. Totally agree. I don't have a gender identity. Yeah. Women are angry. Ignore us at your peril. Oh yeah. I think every guy can understand what it means, right? Okay, another one. Let's read the post first. Do you think people who get mad about the gender-neutral bathroom realize that they've had one in their own house this whole time? Yeah, let's read her reply to this, or her post, and then I'm gonna react to that. This is such a clever original argument. I get it now. I've got a gender-neutral bed in my house too, so anyone should be able to come sleep in it with me. I've got a gender-neutral front door and gender-neutral windows too. Henceforth, I'll leave them open. Thank you. She's just witty and clever with her replies. Obviously, she's an author, right? But yeah, like, I personally don't have anything against gender-neutral bathroom as long as you have a other set of the bathrooms, right? Male, female, gender-neutral. And I don't think it's anything hard about that. I know you're gonna need more budget because you need to create 3 bathrooms, 3 changing rooms, and all of that. But I believe that's the only right way, and I believe that's the equal way. Because again, like talking about the bathroom and changing room situations, I know it was a discussion on Piers Morgan. I think like 2-3 days ago. And yeah, like if I had young daughters, I wouldn't want them to be in a changing room with, it's gonna sound weird, but I wouldn't want them to be in the changing room with someone who has a penis. And again, obviously, some trans women didn't go through the whole transition, whatever financial situation or whatever. I don't really care about it. But my kids in the change room shouldn't see anything else than what they possess as a biological gender that they are. And they should not be exposed to the opposite sexual organs unless they decide to, right? Like the changing rooms and the bathrooms should be a safe zone for the women. And that was a big argument on the Piers Morgan show. There was one lady who was a rape victim, and she was talking against this situation of having a trans women in the women's bathroom. And then there was another politician, female, which kind of shocked me, and she was arguing with, oh, you think everyone wants to rape you in the bathrooms, and like there's a minimum amount of rapes, like it's almost non-existent. But it's not about that. Like, the girl who was a rape victim acknowledged that she has a PTSD, and even the, like, you know, the rape victims, it takes time for them to have a relationship with, if we're talking about females, have a relationship with males. Like, it takes time for them to trust the guys and all of that. And it's just not right for them to be exposed to someone who has a male sexual organs in the washroom or changing rooms. Like, I absolutely get it. Like, and I believe there should be three bathrooms, male, female, gender neutral, so no one gets exposed to something they don't want to get exposed. And I don't think that's being transphobic. It's just, look, guys have their bathrooms, girls have their bathrooms, so let's just have a bathroom for trans people. And I believe that even trans people will feel more comfortable. I mean, I don't know much about that, but logically it would make more sense. So yeah, I don't see anything about it, and this is just a stupid argument. Like, oh, gender neutral bathroom in my house. Yeah, it's my family. I decide who goes to my house, and when I'm in my house, I don't share a bathroom with visitors or anything. It's not like, oh yeah, you're pooping. Okay, I need to wash my hands. Sorry. No, like, come on. I might do it with my wife, but not with someone I just invited in the house, right? So again, just stupid rage post from someone. What do we have here? No idea, don't care. Here we go. When someone says a woman is anyone who identifies as one, what that means is the term is undefined. Let me see. Men redefining women for the sole purpose of including themselves is the greatest misogyny I've seen in my lifetime. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what started this whole discussion. Transgender women are every bit as biologically female as cis women, bisexual trans state lawmaker claims. Okay, I hate this term cis woman, because it's like, why do you need to put anything there? Like, it's women, transgender women, done. You don't need to change something that was here for thousands of years. Like, again, I don't think it's transphobic. Like, you want to have this new gender, just create a name for the new gender. You don't need to change the original thing, right? And just this Fox News post is so stupid. Transgender women are every bit as biologically female as cis women. Come on. If you're born and you're assigned gender according to your biology, it goes according to your reproductive. Guess that's the word. Sorry, it's immigrant. Well, it goes according to your sexual organs, right? Either you have male or female. And if you're transgender, you decide to change it eventually, right? So how can you be the same as the biological either women or men, whatever? Like, it's just funny that most of the time they're just talking about transgender women. Like, you don't hear any complaints from transgender men. I wonder why is that, but yeah, it's like, sorry, like, if you're transgender, you obviously wasn't born with the same biology as the gender you want to be, right? So it's not the same. Like, you can't say this. What did J.K. Rowling said about it? If a man is a woman, there's no such thing as a woman. You're desperate to be categorized as female, but by entering the category, you destroy it. You know that, which must suck for you, but not as much as it sucks for the women and girls fighting to retain their rights and spaces. She got, I guess, a little bit emotional, but I definitely agree with this part, that it's bad for the women and girls fighting to retain their rights and spaces. Because, yeah, like I said, it's all about equality, right? And all genders should be protected. Whatever is it is just biological genders as a female and male, or adding this transgender. Like, everyone should be protected. If you want to do this identity policy, so every identity should be protected. You shouldn't be putting the transgender women or men into the same changing rooms as the men and women, because the biology is different there. Not everyone's gonna be comfortable. And yeah, like I said before, if I had the daughters, I don't, but like if I had them, they went to the, I don't know, swimming pool changing rooms, and they had a transgender woman there who didn't go through the full transition, and they saw something that they're not supposed to see, I would be pissed, and my kids would be probably scarred. Like, that's not where they're supposed to see their first penis. Like, let's be honest about it. It should be their choice when and how they're gonna see it. And I don't have daughters, but even this idea just makes me mad that my imaginary daughter would date someone, right? But whatever, that's something different. But yeah, again, I don't think it's transphobic. It's just trying to protect their rights and trying to protect the equality. And yeah, it's just kind of sad that she's getting so much hate for it when she is not. I mean, this is kind of hard. Like, obviously some people can take it personally, right? But yeah, she's not going against anyone specific. She's just trying to fight for the rights. Let's do one more. Journalist Mr. Andy and Go has identified the identified male threatening and encouraging murder against Representative Nancy Mace, and me as a Venus Andromeda Boyle, previously known as Joshua Ryan Matthew Boyle. Okay, this is interesting. I don't know what the hell is this about. Give me 1 second, I'll try to read it and understand it. Trans-identified male threatening and encouraging murder against representative. So, trans-identified male. So does it mean transgender man? I guess, right? Previously known as Joshua and Matthew Boyle. So that looks like transgender women. Okay, Portland. Oh, of course, yes. J.K.Rowling identified who threatened murder congressman. Okay, so it's a transgender women. Why are you so mad? Like, I don't get it. Just, I'm sorry, but like, I feel like transgender people themselves should try to fight for equality, not the superiority, kind of. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, if you think that equality means that transgender, let's say in this case women, should be allowed to the female changing rooms, like shouldn't the guys be allowed there as well? Like if we're taking equality to these extremes, like shouldn't we have just one big changing room and everyone sees everything? I don't know, like I think we need to accept that it's never gonna be 100% equal because of the biology, right? And like I said, if you go through the whole transition, I think it's not. I think it's okay if you use the women's changing rooms if you're completely transformed transgender women. You don't have any biological male organs. I think it should be okay. But yeah, I don't know. I think the solution is just have bathrooms for every genders, male, female, transgender. And regarding the sports, have a league for male, female, transgender. And there you go. Like, no issues. Like, I don't really think people are transphobic. People might feel uncomfortable when they have to talk or be around transgender person, but that's it. Like, I don't really think the issue is between people. I think the issue is the government and media pushing this onto us that we're not really equal. Like, this group of people should be a little bit superior, they need some special treatment and all of that. No, just make it all equal and that's it, right? Yeah. So I don't know, like my opinion, J.K. Rowling, not transphobic. I think she's just trying to fight for the women's rights and equality, and that's it. Like, that's my honest opinion. If you want to hate me for that, sure, go for it. Like I said, I don't really care what anyone's doing behind their closed doors, and I don't think anyone should care. Like, that's it. As long as it doesn't affect me, I don't need to know about it, and I'm gonna respect you as a human. Doesn't matter what gender you are. Just don't push on me these views like, yeah, we're all equal. Done. So yeah, that's my take on all of this, and I hope J.K. Rowling will never stop fighting for the female rights. And I know she doesn't like Trump, but I hope the Trump being elected will actually help to put the world into a little bit more normal state where we can all coexist together and everyone's equal and no one's gonna get cancelled only because they have a little bit different opinions than the media. And it's crazy to see that all of these medias are like Telegraph, Fox News, and all of this like legacy media. So yeah, that's my take. Peace and have a good night.